recording.
This one, it's a sample of when you add the feed, the fertilizer. It doesn't work.
Yeah, that's enough for 2 trays. Not really.
Well, you still need to know what size
That's
of
happy, right?
It's recording now.
because like these trays, this is a 200 cell tray, and they don't take a lot because they're real little. Yeah.
Can you go over again what happened with these?
Yeah. Okay. I mean, this I started with the mix without any food. Just the perlite and GMOs. And then after a week, I start putting a little foliar feed with seaweed. In this one, I put a little bit of blood meal and the GMOs, and I mix it. And blood meal is like nitrogen, organic nitrogen. Look what happens. They all germinate, they die. And this one I planted September 14th. So germinate, they live a little bit and they die. And the only reason they die is the blood meal. Yeah. So start the seed without food and then after that the way that I do the trays is I level it and then I get 2 trays together. I usually use the old ones. Just wash it real good. And then put it here. Press it down. And you're ready to put the seed. Sometimes the ones on the side, they need a little more. So if they need more, you just get some and add a little bit. And then you press it. And if the GMOs is too dry, they're gonna come back right away because they expand. You need to put water. Like after I make the mix, I water it and then I pour it and they stay moist. And, we're gonna plant some Swiss chard. The way that I do it is I just make the hole, put some in my hand, and I just go one by one.
So you definitely need to have patience to one by one.
If you're not using super expensive seed, you can like if you drop 2 seeds, that's okay, you can leave it. But when you buy a real expensive seed, you want one by one because you don't want to waste any seed, or you don't want to take the chance that when you replant it, they're gonna die. In this case, we are using Swiss chard, and it's good seed, but it's not really expensive seed. So,
What's an example of an expensive seed?
tomatoes, peppers, eggplants. Like when you do greenhouse tomatoes, these tomatoes, they can cost you almost $1 a seed. In a little bag like this, you can have $300 in seed.
They don't germinate.
Yeah.
And this one that didn't work out? Or what did you try planting on this one?
There was Chinese cabbage or Napa cabbage. Yeah.
And what's the difference between the seeds you're using versus the ones like they sell there at the store? Because usually, like, I've noticed that they just tell you plant it in the ground in a certain season and it'll start growing, but it looks like there's more to it.
Well, every type of vegetable, they have their own climate that they like. Like broccoli, they like cold. Squash don't like cold. There's some greens like pak choy or tak soy, mustard green. They like a little more hot, but they do better in cold weather. And they usually in the stores here, they usually sell the seed backwards. They try to sell you greens in the summer because up north is the season to plant green, but not here. Here is the winter, and then in the winter they take out all the seed. They don't sell any seed, and that's when they supposed to sell the greens. They try to sell you potatoes and stuff like that, like in April and May, too hot.
And so, like the broccoli here, once it starts getting to that point, is that when you start to put it out there in the garden, or?
What I do with this one, this is the first one. I always take a chance to plant it early. But I do it inside the room with an air condition, and then like right now that we having a cold front with this a little cooler, and I put it outside in the greenhouse and leave it for like 2-3 days in there, maybe a week, and then I put it in the field, and they kind of get used to the outside. Okay, we try to recycle everything. So you see those curtains over there? Then the window? Well, not curtains, how do you call those? Blind? The blind? Well, when they broke, I recycle those and I make these things. Yeah. And these ones you can get a pencil and write it. And today is what? 26? 29. Okay. 9, 29, 20. And then Swiss chard. So when you make the trays, you gotta write down when do you plant it and what do you plant. That way you know what you have. And this one I already put the seed, so to cover it, I just go with my hand like that, and then I add a little more. Now in this one, I don't need to press it down because you want to have the seed just covered, and that way they don't have to work real hard to push out the soil to come out. So what I do is after I put it like that, I just put this thing in the end. And when I put it in my table in the greenhouse or in the room, I just put it like that, and that way I can read it or this. Yeah. And this is ready. There's 200 plants of Swiss chard here. And they usually take like between 6 and 8 weeks. You can transplant it in 4 weeks, but 6 to 8 is better. Yeah. Now this one, when you water, you gotta use a real like a fine mist. That way they get the water, because if you put a lot of water, you're gonna you blow all the PMOs and the seed come out. Yeah, because they're real like shallow here. Yeah, so they're not real deep. And when you put the tray, like in our greenhouse, we have a little sprayer, sprinkler. They put a real fine mist in the tray, and they get wet real nice and beautiful. Yeah, that's somewhere else. Good. We buy these trays. They sell it for I think it's a little over $1. You gotta buy 100. They only sell the box of 100, but they last a long time if you take care of it. Like I had some there like 3 years old, and we use it like 2 times a year. This one they're new. This one, when you use it, you plant it, you transplant all those plants in the field, you bring it back, you wash it real good, and then I use one of those things, one of those containers, and I put a lot of water, and then I put some bleach, and I disinfect it. And that way, when you're gonna use it again, they're clean, and they kill whatever fungus or bacteria or whatever they grown with. And you can use it for a lot of years. They're not real strong, but if you take care of it, they last.
And would you say one of the benefits of doing it this way is prevent the birds from eating the seed?
Yeah. And another thing is when you buy expensive seed, you want to make sure they produce. And when you put it in the field, you put a plant. They have more chances to make it than if you put a tiny seed. Like, let me see, I think I have some somewhere here.
Bok choy seeds, they're small.
Where is it? And I have some.
Once you just did this
This
one.
is kohlrabi. It's the same size of the broccoli seed. Look at that.
Get close.
No, it's a good
South,
one.
bring them close.
There's one seed. Yeah. So when you put this seed in the field, they disappear.
Yeah, because my dad tries to farm like a little garden in his backyard. But every once in a while, seeds will be gone
Yeah.
because the birds just.
Yeah.
It's a good.
The seed is really expensive, and it's better to do it like that, like in trays when it's expensive seed. Now, when you have a lot of seed and you use your own seed, you don't need to do that. You can put a tray, or a bigger seed like beans and squash, you can put a tray in the ground. Yeah. Another one that I like to plant straight is, and this is real tiny seed, but they do better if you plant it straight in the ground than if you try to transplant it, because you need a lot. Carrots. The seed of carrots is real little, but if you try to do it like in this, and then you're gonna grow a lot of crooked carrots, because carrots they go down and they don't have spacing. And when you transplant it, you're gonna end up with a crooked carrot. Beets you can transplant it too, but they do good straight in the ground, and the seed is not that little. Actually, the seed from Swiss chard and Swiss chard, beets. That was one. The other one. But they look the same. Yeah, they're bigger than the broken.